Greetings, everyone. I'm Eric Paulson with Your Essential Practice. For today's divinely guided rune reading, we're getting into your astrological sign. So if this message doesn't resonate with your sun sign, please check out either, your sun sign, right? Then your moon, your rising, or your Venus signs as well. See what resonates with you. These rune readings are going to be a little bit different. There are going to be 6 runes in the rune reading, and we'll go over that when it comes to the time for the reading. I'd like to now cleanse this energetic space with a singing bowl. As usual, I have the $2 note in the singing bowl that represents uncommon abundance in our lives. As I ring the singing bowl, we're simultaneously giving gratitude towards and inviting more of that uncommon abundance back into our lives. So let's take this moment, and I invite you to take 3 deep breaths in through your nose and then out through your mouth. Don't force it, and try to make your exhales a little bit longer than your inhales, focusing on the intent of today's divinely guided rune reading for each zodiac sign. These messages will be uploaded once a week, continuing on. You can consider this your divinely guided rune reading for the season of Ostara. Ostara is the pagan holiday celebrating the Spring Equinox. So let's focus on that intent. Beautiful stuff, everyone. So, Ostara, the Spring Equinox, this is right after that very weird kind of eclipse, lunar eclipse energy in Virgo, prompting us to go with the flow and to release what's no longer serving our highest path. A profound realization that I found personally recently was leaning into my allergy suffering. I've been taking these over-the-counter medicines for like 6 years, and it's not been healthy for me. So recently, right around the eclipse, a little bit before that, even, I was having a really hard time with the sinuses and these allergy type symptoms, right? And I was thinking, okay, what's wrong? I'm trying ginger, I'm trying this, and I'm trying that, and nothing seems to have been working. It wasn't until I was brought to this inner realization about leaning into the spiritual meaning of what the allergy suffering is for me. And that is resistance to the flow of the energies that are present in our lives right now. So for me, I was resistant for a lot of reasons. I've been pretty much the epitome of resistance, right? My family was all Packer fans, for instance, and I was a Bears fan just in spite growing up, all right? So that's a little bit of an example. This cathartic release, this turning over, this unearthing, and things being brought in front of us to release, we can celebrate during this Ostara season with these beautiful spring rebirth, rejuvenation, and fertile energies. All right. So I want to take a moment here and thank all of you wonderful subscribers and viewers out there. Over 30,000 views on this channel so far, and about 500 subscribers. So let's keep on sharing that beautiful healing work out there, everybody. Again, if this message doesn't resonate for you, share it to somebody who might, and let that message get out there to them. Every interaction, comment, like, even a dislike, would actually help the channel to get to the people that need this medicine more. All right, so I thank you, and let's, without further ado, get into your divinely guided rune reading. Greetings, Pisces. Welcome to your beautiful divinely guided rune reading for Ostara. Let's go over the positions here really quick. The first rune is going to be about past situations. The second one will be the present situation. The third will be about future situations. The fourth will be more on the influence and about the topic and the question at hand here. So the influencing energies there. The fifth rune is going to be more current advice, and then we're going to get the final rune of the 6th one with the outcome. So let's jump right on in here. Beautiful rune to start off with, Anzus. Anzus is the rune of communication. It's the antenna rune, we like to call it. There is beautiful divine downloads, prophetic dream work, just a beautiful communication rune. So this could be somebody from your past who has communicated with you. You're maybe being reminded of somebody from the past. Divine downloads too. You're finding a lot more of the synchronicities. Maybe just aha moments and messages. Really awesome dreams. It's been easier to dream and meditate and just branch out and communicate, make really good communications. This is really a great transfer of energies that we're going through with these Pisces and Aries zodiac placements that are happening in our transits right now. So let's get the second rune for you. This is Ehwaz. So Ehwaz is the rune of the yew tree, Y-E-W. This is like the tree of life. It's that connection again with source and all that is. You've really done a lot of work here, especially during the eclipse energies that we're going through right now. This is calling you to endure and balance, like the yew branch was fashioned into bows because it was such a knotty and flexible but yet very durable type of wood. It's a very strong wood too. So you're called to embody this sort of nature, like when we're frozen, when we don't flex, or even if we flex too much, we can snap off our branches, right? And it becomes the rune Isa. It becomes frozen, stuck, repeating life lessons, rigid. But when we do transmute it better, we can turn this into more of another rune like Sawilo, where the sun shines and melts away the ice, and we have beautiful growth and vitality. So really enduring a lot of these energies that have been going on, and you've been getting a lot of maybe confusion and figuring out where you've been going with a lot of these synchronicities moving forward. You're being called to not resist the flow. This is Reidho. Reidho is indicative of a change of house, spouse, or career. Is this more of a literal movement, like surrendering to the energetic flow, which has been a huge message with that lunar eclipse that we just went through. So you can resist the life lessons and not be flexible and have, your branches snap off, or you can transmute and you can ride along with these energies and turn this weathering the storm, or so to speak, into something way more beautiful. So this is a really big, powerful movement card for you. Now you're actually feeling like you can flow with the action a little bit better. What's this influencing us though? So for the influence, it's going to be an Ehwaz. So we got Ehwaz and Ehwaz both represented here. They sound so similar, and sometimes I mispronounce them at the beginning of their names. So if I do that, please forgive me. Regardless, this is the horse rune. This is the rune that invites us to a pilgrimage, right? So this horse rune is like man's best friend was in the time of these runes. It can be trained for battle. It can be trained for protection. It can be trained for knowing how to, it knows how to get home. It can feed and water itself. So that's a trusted energetic source that's proven itself to you through various occasions, right? This could also be a literal change. This is a rune of movement. This is another rune of movement. This is kind of coming out of being within so much, kind of waking up and flowing with the energies a little bit better and actually gaining that momentum and really, really moving. So this pilgrimage energy could actually also be meaning for you to visit a spiritually significant place to you. It could be like Rib Mountain, it could be Machu Picchu, it could be the Great Pyramids, or it could be your local farmer's market. Whatever recharges your soul and it has a spiritually positive impact for you, right? Is what we're talking about. So likewise, that trusted energetic source for you, whether that's a coworker, a friend, a relative, or your relationship with divine, uh, that maybe an inner pilgrimage, but I really sense that this is more of you maybe attending a class with, or maybe a group with another source, or maybe potentially meeting somebody here soon for you. All right. So the current advice here is in the Divine Feminine's rune of Laguz. This is a lot like Anzus, right? So it's just one little mark different than Anzus. And so the Divine Feminine super connected with that intuition, those divine downloads still, right? But this is also more of that sea, lake, flow, like actual water, dowsing with water, scrying with water, healing the aspects of the divine feminine, emotional, spiritually connected healing work, really embodying that sort of aspect of self. Remember, we all have aspects of divine feminine and masculine within all of us. So you're called to balance out that divine feminine, really increasing your intuition moving forward. And when you do this pilgrimage, I think you will have an enhanced aspect of that intuition, kind of leaning more back. You're going to have more clarity about these downloads through this journey. You're weathering it through this journey. You're going to have more clarity about those downloads for sure. Let's see what's the most likely outcome for you. The Resos. Yeah, you're going to have that understanding, that guidance, right, to move forward in very focused, driven ways. Theresos is the rune of action. It's Thor's hammer, Mjolnir in a lot of interpretations. It's also known as the thorn or the giant. Regardless, this is an energy that needs to be addressed thoroughly. It's calling you to take thorough action, and a lot of times this is swift action. Now, the hammer can build, protect, or destroy, and the choice is always up to us. So, what are we releasing? What are we building? Whom and what are we protecting? Is it that toxic feminine, or is it that healed feminine? Right? You're going to have a lot more clarity and being able to have that focused energy strike moving forward when we're addressing these aspects in healthy ways. Of course, the adverse is true if you don't. Let's get a card of clarity for today's Divinely Guided Rune reading for you from the Soul's Journey Oracle deck. These are messages straight from Divine, straight from Source, straight to your spirit, straight to your soul. Divine, please show us clearly what message of clarity do we need for Pisces today for this message. All right, imagination, right. Imagination card says, I embrace and nourish the creative aspect of my mind. Beautiful stuff. You're definitely in touch with that imagination and that pilgrimage energy. Like this, these all are beautiful for imagination. That will help serve you with flexing, with surrendering to this flow, with actually pilgrimaging either within yourself or to a specific place. I really think this is a more physical place, though, for you, maybe near a body of water or on a body of water. Shores are very powerful spiritual places. And you're going to get that clarity of how to take that swift action by tapping into your intuition, aka imagination also comes from intuition. So let's read about that card a little bit more. Again, it says, I embrace and nourish the creative aspects of my mind. By its very nature, the physical body is limited by 3 dimensions, but your mind is free to travel without boundaries and merge with the cosmic consciousness. Your mind is the great creator, and your imagination is the toolbox. Everything in life begins with the energy of imagination. Thoughts are real, and they can manifest themselves into the physical world. Train your mind to only have positive thoughts, and you will attract that positivity into your life. If you can see it, you can be it. Visualize the components that you want in your life and imbue those thoughts with love, and they will become your reality. Conversely, if your mind strays to negative thoughts, you will only bring that energy to you. Be positive and loving. Imagination is creativity. Express yourself and let your imagination assist you in letting go of any creative blocks and allow your dreams to come true. Remember, you're not just doing this for other people. It is your soul that is opening up and singing its own unique song. Yeah, sing that song. Beautiful for you, Pisces. I have nothing more to add here. I truly hope this rune reading has resonated with you, and I want to wish you namaste. Have a blessed and abundant day.